Hello class. I am at my internship after hours, so I'm at Castellanos Law Group. I want to get right into it. I've been lucky at this particular paralegal internship to get to work with family law and divorce cases. So, and what I mean by lucky is I've always had a passion for the feminist theory of sociology. And it doesn't necessarily literally mean feminists running around with signs protesting. As you know, there's a lot more to it than that, but I've definitely had a chance to witness the wage discrepancies and, in my personal opinion, the imbalance of power in the relationship as a couple is going through a divorce. A lot of times the male has held most of the power even when the marriage was happy. And going into the divorce, he's still holding much of the power, if not all of it. And this transcends into tax documents that as a paralegal I get to review. This transcends over into a shared business that this married couple has, and I could go on and on about that. Another theory of sociology that you will see and get to use your skills and knowledge from your education in this field is conflict theory. So, you know, as I like to put it in my own words, humans are always going to be having conflicts with each other, whether it's a middle school best friend duo getting into a little teenage scuffle, all the way to adult business partners wanting to sue each other. We can handle anything like that. So we're dealing with human issues, human conflict. If humans never had the study of sociology, and if humans never had conflict with each other, do you think that we would need attorneys? So not only do I get to actually work in the courtrooms, I get to give my opinion and give my fresh theories and help to kind of assess these interrogatories. And when I'm gathering evidence, I'm fully utilizing what I've learned. So some of the things I do are gather evidence, upload exhibits to different counties' e-filing systems. One of my favorite things to do is just IT help. We do Zoom hearings, which is where we go into a conference room and we pull up everything, get the Wi-Fi going, make sure we have the private. Normally it's private. Some hearings are public, as you know, but if it's a juvenile hearing, that's private, for example. So pull up the private Zoom code, and then all of us professionals go ahead and jump on, and we wait for the judge to enter. You don't have to stand up. It's not like an all rise type of thing. I wouldn't say, though, that it's more casual. Zoom hearings are very formal. You could still be sentenced to incarceration if you backtalk the judge. So yes, it's very formal. We dress up. I'll wear blazers when I can and look as professional as I can. And I just thoroughly enjoy working in these hearings, whether they're in person, which is what I do tomorrow morning, or whether they are on Zoom through Wi-Fi, through the internet. To give you a good picture of what all this looks like, an in-person hearing is in a brick and mortar, maybe a marble building in downtown Atlanta or downtown Marietta. But Zoom hearings sometimes also involve the judge being at the courthouse, because the judge still needs to be able to reach his employees, be able to have access to maybe the prosecutor, the administrative staff, maybe even the clerk. They do communicate with the clerk. That's a little hard to explain unless you're in this field, but it's not like they're on their phone with the clerk next door. But yes, there are staff, even during the health pandemic, there are staff still in the Superior Court building, the Juvenile Court building, and all of this. So if you enjoy sociology, or if you have a passion for law or a passion to help families, criminal defense, domestic violence cases, child custody cases, divorce settlements, real estate, small claims. If a case is a lawsuit for less than $30,000 or less than $15,000, depending on which country. In Canada, it's $30,000. In the US, it's $15,000. That's a small claims, and I can handle the documents for that. So this internship has allowed me to work on real estate cases. I would say before this internship ends, I would love to get even more practice in legal document drafting. And one day, it probably won't happen in this internship because it's not a client need at the moment, but I would love to draft an appeal for a client's case. If they feel like they lost a case and they feel like the decision was wrong, whether it's federal court, state court, civil court, you have a right to appeal. That does cost money. You can hire a lawyer. That's how I'm employed, or that's how I will be employed. There is a need for paralegals. So there's definitely a need for sociology graduates. And I would say there's a need for sociology graduates in the field of law. To explain a little more of what I do, I can meet with clients and briefly get a grasp on what's going on, their case. I can accept documents. I can accept a flash drive if they have it. I need to see evidence. I need to gather evidence. Once I get these exhibits that will later be handed to the judge, sometimes as short as 2 days before the hearing, we're finalizing those documents because, as you know, the client may not necessarily have all of those documents instantly. We want all the evidence we can get, and typically we do have time during the Zoom hearing to do a screen sharing, and we will have a chance to show the judge everything. And as a paralegal intern, I have labeled all those documents: Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C, Exhibit D, and so on. And then branching from there, maybe Exhibit B has parts to it. And I have that labeled and filed in the computer system. If that sounds intimidating, I really don't think it is, and especially if you have any type of computer background, any computer skills, or just your education at KSU, you can do this. So regardless of what your internship was, if you're even at all thinking of law, you could go for it. That's something to think about. Do what you want to do. So again, labeling exhibits, organizing them, naming the files. I would say that's one of my number one priorities here with this law firm is the nitty gritty, the fun stuff though. It's fun. I mean, I also get some satisfaction from helping families. I know that I'm here for them, and I always tell the client, call us anytime. I always make myself available on the weekends. It's not really hours that I log as far as our class, but I like to feel like I'm being proactive and present because I know if I was a paying client with a law firm, I would appreciate any type of communication, especially if there was family violence. Over the weekend, life happens too. Life doesn't stop on the weekend. It's okay for law firms to be closed on the weekend, but I like to keep myself available. These clients know that they can call me, they can text me, they can email me, and we're going to keep that communication going. And I'm going to make sure I get that information passed to my boss, the attorney, also known as Judge Castellanos. So definitely you will be taking care of clients, and you're going to get to have a little bit of prestige as you're working with professionals in the courthouses. and your name becomes known. A lot of people in Cobb County know my name now and would recognize me. Everyone's been really friendly in the courtroom. I think it could depend on what region, you know, if you're living in the Bible Belt, people tend to be very friendly. But of course, you know, let's say you're doing paralegal work in a different state up north or whatever, the culture could be different. But the whole point of it is just to be a professional, do your job. You're going to have bad days and good days. I haven't had a bad day yet in this particular internship. But, you know, always be kind, and kindness is more important than prestige, and peace is more important than wealth. So just keep your morals and values, and you'll go really far in whatever field you choose. Thank you for your time.